Hey, this is pretty neat. You want to hear something pretty interesting? Oh, well, that's pretty neat, ain't it? Guys, careful! Oh, my goodness, you're gonna get yourselves hurt. So Pebbles has found herself a stick. Oh, and she's having so much fun with it. You know, she's become our new Ringo. I hate to say it, we need more Ringos. But she she has the personality, and she has, guys, she's a mean girl. She has a little bit of a mean thing in her. Now, she loves me, and I'm blessed for that, the same way Ringo loves me. But it doesn't mean that just because they love you, they can't hurt you. Is it not true that sometimes those that we love and love us the most can also hurt us the most? Man! So I've taken a couple of limbs from these trees. I cut them down and throw them over. They love to eat green stuff. And even though we have a pasture full of green grass, man, we're blessed to have just gotten enough rain to keep our grass nice and thick. Our hay pasture out there is growing up. We're about to get a second cutting off of that sometime this next month. And but no, I try to come out here and tear these little limbs off, and I throw them over, and they all come running. It's just something out of the ordinary. Look, here she comes. There's my sweet girl. Here, baby. It's just a couple of little limbs. Nothing big. It's we call those taller trees. I'm not sure what they're called, what their official name is, but we call them taller trees, and I have a lot of them. Problem is, the limbs are too high for the babies to reach. So what I'll do is I'll walk out every once in a while and just pull a limb down and throw it over, and man, they go to town. But that's what Pebbles found, is a limb I pulled down a couple of days ago. All the leaves are gone, most of the bark is gone, and she's gonna use it for sharpen them horns. Very resourceful, very, very resourceful. I love her. I'll tell y'all what, I've been bothered. Oh, you're gonna say, here he goes again. Lester can't have any positive videos. Guys, this is a positive video. This is positive. I was saying that I've been bothered. Past tense. I have been bothered. I've been worried. And I've been trying to do some self-analysis. Is that the right word? I've been trying to figure myself out. And I've pretty much come up with some pretty creative things that I think is happening that had me bothered, but I'm not bothered any longer because I think I've about figured myself out. And you're saying, it only took you 50 years, Lester, to figure yourself out? Boy, you're doing... Let me go set my camera down and we'll talk a little bit about it. Hey, Shirley. Hi, babies. I'm just doing a quick peek. It's early. It's not even 9 yet. And the babies have all gathered around the front. I don't see Ringo. You know, Ringo's getting older, guys. I talk about myself getting older. Ringo's getting older as well. And he's becoming a lot less active. Have you thought about who's going to replace Ringo as far as I would say the bad boy around the farm? But he's not a bad boy. He's just a little rambunctious. I know a lot of people have different words they would describe Ringo as. Chip. I'll tell you what, Chip might be the one. Or, of course, Pebbles. Maybe that's just my mind looking for a way to make sense of everything. Knowing that Ringo's getting older, he's slowing down, he's not coming out of the barn as much, he's not hanging out with the babies. Used to, it was Ringo leads the way. Ringo would lead the charge, y'all. If these goats and babies were around, Ringo would lead them out, he'd lead them back in, and they would follow his every command. But over the last year or so, Ringo has slowed down quite a bit. He's getting older, and so you have to understand that. And I worry because I do not know how we're going to replace Ringo whenever he's gone. Not that you'll never replace Ringo. You know, you can never replace those that you lose. But man, he's become a big part of this farm and this sanctuary. And I know that whenever his time comes, it's going to be really, really hard to ever have anybody, as far as the babies go, who can replace what we have had in Ringo. Oh, he's put some beat downs on me. And Jamie, poor Jamie, you know, she has to go to work every once in a while, and when she tries to wear dresses or skirts, she has to always make sure they hide her bruises, because Ringo can put some bruises on you. She ends up wearing, I don't know why I walked over here. She ends up having to wear dress pants a lot. And I swear, guys, it's not from Lester. I've never laid a hand on anybody. But boy, Jamie has taken some beat downs from Ringo. Here's Kim's little goats. Let's walk over and look at these guys while we keep talking. I've taken the donkeys out of this pasture because her grass is starting to come up. And the donkeys were eating it down as fast as it could come up. And so looky here, this is good. Now I haven't planted anything. This is all just growing naturally. You know, they came out and they dug her pond over a month ago. It was the beginning of summer. And this grass has grown up so nice, and that's growing naturally there. I don't know why it grows so naturally over here in this pasture, yet my berm, look at that. That thing has been here over a year. It doesn't have a blade of grass on it. And I think because maybe it's elevated, it has some grass, guys. It has grass growing up around it. It hasn't been covered by grass yet, and I don't know why. Maybe it's too packed. It's very hard clay. Whereas this over here has a little bit of clay, but there's also some sand, some silt. And so maybe it's easier for grass to catch on and grow here, possibly. I don't know. But anyway, her little goats are coming out. Hey, Frodo! Pond hasn't filled up yet, though. Even though we've had quite a bit of rain, a pond has to seal. And as of now, Kim's pond has not sealed off yet. So even though it rains and fills to capacity, you can see the water mark around the top of it. Even though it'll rain and fill up, and any overflow from my pond, you know, we have a culvert that runs underneath my driveway here, and it comes out over here. So any of my overflow, they made a small little ditch area, and it runs right into Kim's pond, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, as soon as it fills up and you give it a couple of days of this heat, and it begins to evaporate, and it's just not sealed off yet. And I know sometimes when they dig a pond, it takes time. It does take time to seal itself off, and it just takes that water sitting there for it to do so. So it will with time. All right, let's go sit down somewhere and talk. All the babies are following me around. They're all coming over to see what I'm doing over here. You know what I could do? I haven't done this in a while. I could let them through. This is fun. This is fun. We can do this right now. Hey, Maggie, I'm over here, baby. Uh-oh, Mama just let Maggie out, and she could not find... Hey, sweet girl. Hey. Oh, she did not want to be left alone. No, she did not. Oh, Kim's going to probably be upset when she sees I've let all these babies across. But hey, they share a pasture. I built this fence this way so that my babies could share a pasture with Kim. Give me a second here, baby. Watch your little nose. That's not my usual latch. Someone else closed this gate since I did, and they didn't latch it up right. There we go. See? There they go. See that system I have set up right there? Oh boy, Kim is going to walk out and say, what in the world? Lester, I'm trying to let my grass grow. Looky there. Looky there. Man, Maggie. She's just making her rounds, guys. She's making her rounds. Come on, sweet girl. Come on, old nanny. ONG. Maggie's just making sure everyone's okay. Guys, can y'all hear what I hear? I hear pig Lola. She's over around the barn and she's just screaming. I think she's gotten lost from her friends. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this gate open, which means this gate has to stay closed. Y'all get how that works? If I leave this gate open, I have to leave this gate closed. So the babies can come, they can kind of go back and forth here. See that? Pretty neat, huh? Now what I have to also do is walk down to the end of the driveway though and close my other driveway gate. I'll do that right quick. So the goats have access to Kim's pasture. They can go back and forth from pasture to pasture. They can also come down along the driveway, which I like because, see that stuff right there? I don't like to mow here because when I run my mower along here, I feel like all these rocks kind of beat my blades up. So I just let the animals pretty much take care of this job for me. And that works out real nice. Look at that grass growing here. That's good. This thing will be covered. Oh, and they're enjoying this fresh stuff. Oh no. Look at those two. Now that's Kim's little goats. Frodo's the small one, and Bilbo. Don't ask about their names. I don't know how she names her animals. These are from movies. I think the Lord of the Rings maybe. And they're both saying, hey, wait a minute, this is our pasture. And they're gonna walk by and bully and make sure that each and every goat knows who's in charge. Well, they don't know yet who's really in charge. That would be Pebbles right there. She is in charge. Let me walk down and close this gate. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm getting some things figured out. You're saying it, well, finally, here he goes. He's finally getting around to it. So the things going on in my life right now that are requiring a little bit of thought on my part, a little bit of energy, maybe they're consuming me subconsciously. Come here. Are the fact that, there we go. Now you see, now the babies cannot get out. They cannot go towards the road. Of course, Maggie can, but she'll be right back. They can't go towards the road. They're pretty much contained to the driveway. The downfall to this is that if I want to leave, I have to open double gates, and that stinks. Oh, I hate that. But since I'm normally the one driving, guess what? That means Jamie or Ellie or Lex, whoever's with me, can do the gates. If I'm alone, I'll just choose to stay home rather than have to open two gates. So listen to me. I'm not trying to harp on poor me, because I have never, ever been one to loathe and self-pity. But I have a couple of health things going on. Nothing major, thank God. But seriously, thank you, God. I count my blessings because I'm in pretty good health. Even though things may not be perfect, for the most part, I'm in pretty good health, I would think. And so I've been taking these meds for the depression stuff and for the anxiety. And sometimes the meds don't always go, so that needs to stay right there. That stays right there. Yeah, sometimes it takes time to adjust to your medications. And my body's had to go through a couple of transitions from a switch up of the meds. It's led to a few side effects that I don't like, that I don't feel comfortable with. And so I've had to change up the meds a couple of times. And for those of you who take meds, you know that every time you switch a med up, you have to kind of wean yourself off of one. You have to adjust to the other. And some weird things can happen during that process. Number two, Anyway, so as far as my health goes, I'm gonna be fine, guys. I sometimes I don't even try to mention things because I know you worry, and I don't want to make anybody worry. Yeah, this feels good here. The sun hasn't gotten too hot yet. You don't want to stand in it, but here in the shade is nice. And I love this part of the yard. Number 2 is the fact that I'm not working. Cannot believe that still. So school's about to start. And this is the time of year that teachers are going back to their classrooms. They're getting everything set up. They're starting to have, they're calling little informal meetings. And I'm not doing that. I am going to drive my bus this year. So I'm staying involved. I will keep my insurance active, which is great because I have, schools have really good insurance. And it's not very expensive, but it's great insurance. And so I'm blessed for that. But no, not being a part of school this year is making me a little bit, I think it's just kind of weighing on me. I don't want to feel like, because I'm going to be honest, even though I say I'm taking this year off, guys, you know that it's very likely that I'll never go back. You know that's true. Even though I keep telling myself, I'm just going to go ahead and take this year off and let this pandemic run its course, let all that clear out. I know that I'm getting so close to my official age of retirement, and how the state of Texas does, they take your age plus your years of service, and they add those two together to have a magical number. And once you reach that magic number, then you're eligible for full retirement benefits. And so when I say retire, it's not what you imagine retiring, because I work so much around here that it's not like I'm at the age where I'm going to go ahead and just go buy some golf clubs and join a golf course and do all that mess. No, I will stay very busy around the house here. But I will continue to drive my bus. That will give me a bit of a routine to maintain, which is important. It'll get me up every morning early. It'll allow me the middle of the day to do things that I need to do around here. Yet it will also keep me in an afternoon routine, getting myself home just in time to feed the babies before the nighttime routine. Yeah, you get it. So I will have plenty of routine left in my life. I'm not worried about that. And so, but yeah, just the fact of not actually working probably has maybe a little bit of guilt associated with it. Financially, I'm not worried. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I'm worried. You always worry financially because at any given day, things could go south and you find yourself in a bad situation. But I'm just trying to think in my head for a minute about my bills and trying to think about what bills I worry the most about. But I really can't say worry. Like I said, my bus driving job will pay for my child support. It also pays for it doesn't pay most of it, pays a few of the bills that I have. The fact that that I've been monetizing my videos, if I can keep, okay, so I've been doing that for a year now. Yeah, I started it last summer, and so for the past year, I've been monetizing. I'm getting better with the videos. That's open for discussion, obviously. Look, I cannot believe this, guys. Look what's happened over here. They've already made their rounds, and they're saying, you know what? We want to come back. The gates are open. I want you to see how they come back at will. So the gates are open. They're not forced to stay on either side. They can come and go as they please. But it's funny that they've walked over. In the course of this video, they've walked over, did a look around, and now they're all coming back saying, nah, we got it better. And they do. This is a great pasture. They got their barn, they got their grass, they got their pond. They don't need to be over on Kim's side. But it is kind of fun every once in a while to cruise around and take a look about. Let's go look in the back and see what's going on. The front babies are good. So financially, I just as long as I can maintain the videos and I keep monetizing them. We got videos on both YouTube and Facebook. And so I know it's a bit of a chore. But you know what? It's become my new job. Seriously, it has. I could make a video about that in itself. How, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this thing pretty fast and actually make its very own standalone video. Hey, this is pretty neat. You want to hear something pretty interesting? Oh, well, that's pretty neat, ain't it? Guys, careful! My goodness, you're going to get yourselves hurt. What? I didn't come to feed you. Sissy, what are you doing, baby? Oh, and here comes Lola. That's who I wanted to come check on. Yeah, ever since she got chewed up, I keep a really close eye on her. I'm over here, baby. Stop screaming. I don't know what she's yelling right now, but boy, she's just screaming about something. Come on, love. Oh, Lola, come in the shade, sweetie. Come in the shade. Come on, baby. Over here. Oh, she's a baby. All right, look at that nose. Guys, there you go. Don't you just love piggies? Oh, I love them. Oh, and I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to do what Ellie does. I'm going to keep my hands clean. I don't mind getting my old Crocs a little dirtier. Oh, baby love, she needed that. She's found her a puddle of water, and she's already been laying around this morning. Look at that dirty girl. I love her. All right, folks, thank you for joining me on my little morning walkabout. And everyone's doing good. I'm going to go out, and you know what I'm going to go do is turn on the water and water the horses before they come up later. That's where I will end this video, I think. I'll give you one little peek at the babies who are laying around the barn. I know y'all like to see what they're up to on a daily basis. So for those who are still watching at 21 minutes, you can kind of see what's going on here. You know, Jamie has this video on her channel. Hey, Trudy. Where is Newt? There's Ringo. Hey, buddy. You know I don't see Newt. I don't see Newt, and that worries me. We got to go find Newt. Yeah, that worries me. I don't see Newt. Now, he could be in the Little's barn, or he could be in the water trough. So all of a sudden, I've found myself, during my morning walkabout, having to do a baby. Oh! Well, guess what? We found Newt. There he is. He was laid up in the water. Hi, buddy. How are you, little? Hey, what's wrong, Newt? Newt! Look at him, water just dripping off. Why is he not letting me love him? Come here, are you startled? Did I scare you? Coming out calling your name? Newt! Okay, and all is good, guys. That worried Daddy. I'm not going to touch you down there either. I do not want to get my hands all wet and nasty. But I was worried about you. You're good. And there's our boy Ringo. You see how slow he's moving these days. Poor little guy. That's cute. Look at the white birds along the fence and the trees. There's the horses. Oh, let me turn the water on. Guys, enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. And I'll come back soon with another video talking about what I started talking about in this video.